Hello, everyone, and welcome on the Giants Broadcast Network, the regular season finale here from Alexandria as the Gaithersburg Giants take on the Alexandria Aces. Playoff implications up and down today's schedule across the Cal Ripken League with a new playoff format for this season. Seeds 1 and 2 will have double byes, and that is what's at stake for Alexandria coming into tonight. Meanwhile, for Gaithersburg, they will either be the 6th or the 7th seed, and a win or a T-Bolts loss will secure a home game tomorrow night in a play-in game. Seeds 3 and 4 will host a wild card on Wednesday between the winners of the games 5 through 8. At the moment, the only two spots that are locked up are the Big Train in the number 1 spot and the Braves in the number 8 spot. Oddly enough, those two teams are going head-to-head tonight at 7 p.m., as are the T-Bolts and Senators and the Crop Dusters at the DC Grays. The earliest game tonight here at the Cal Ripken League, the Gaithersburg Giants come into this one 13-22. However, they are 8-1 in their last 9 and 9-2 in their last 11. Meanwhile, for the Aces, they are 18-5 in their last 23 and have turned on the Jets, giving them a 21-13 record. It'll be Nate Houghton-Henley first up for Gaithersburg, going up against the Aces starter Nate Lake, the rising freshman at Shippensburg University, coming off a 5-inning scoreless start against the DC Grays, where he just allowed 2 base runners, both via walks, no hits, and got 5 strikeouts. First pitch to Nate Houghton-Henley. He watches for strike 1. Oh, 1 misses outside. Now 1-1. 1-1 misses outside further than the last pitch. Now 2-1 to Nate Houghton-Henley, who has been on an absolute tear, 3 for 4 last night. All 3 of those hit singles. Goes around there when he wanted to hang up. It's now 2-2 after the swing and miss. Henley, 7 of his last 8 games have been multi-hit games, and now his OPS is above 1. 2-2 taken outside at 75. And it's a full count in the first batter for Nate Lake. Full count pitch. Check swing, and it's ball 4. Nate Houghton-Henley is aboard via a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Brady Powell. Powell coming off his worst game of the season yesterday, unlike anything we've seen from Powell, who's been Mr. Consistent for the Giants this season, playing in almost every single game. However, yesterday he went 0 for 5 and lost his 15-game on-base streak because of it. First pitch on Brady Powell misses outside. And then Henley, who moments ago reached base via a leadoff walk, had 2 steals yesterday. This one hit into the air into left field. Colligan calls for it, but is called off by his shortstop, Almeida, who makes the grab for out number 1. And that was really the story yesterday for Powell. His first 3 outs were all on the first pitch. That one was on the second pitch, however, but he's always aggressive in the batter's box, but just could not miss a fielder's glove. That brings up Danny Orr now. Orr watches ball 1. Orr leads this Giants offense in so many categories, but currently at 39 hits and 29 runs scored. He watches strike 1 there, as well as 9 doubles. Went 1 for 4 yesterday with another one of those doubles, as well as a walk and 2 strikeouts. And now a warning for Nate Lake. Seen this plenty of times this season. Lake, the pitchers for that matter, have to wait for the batter to look at them before getting set. Now they make eye contact. Now 1-1, step off over to first. Henley still remaining there for now. No tag applied by Ernie Echeverria, who's at first base, rostered as a catcher. Here's the 1-1. That misses outside. Lake seemingly going eye for eye when it comes to the strike zone. 2-1. Misses there. Back pick stays just at the feet of Echeverria. He had to dive to get that back pick throw from Diego Pena, who's behind the plate. Now a 3-1 count to Danny Orr, and that's ball 4. So 2 walks to begin this game for Gaithersburg, moves Henley into scoring position for Bryce Rudisil. Rudisil has gone 3 games without a home run after he had 3 in 5 games, but has certainly turned up his bat towards the end of the season. First pitch to Rudisil, called strike 1. And once again, just like yesterday against the Braves, Rudisil, the first lefty in this order for Gaithersburg. First 3 batters, all righties. 0-1, swing and a miss in the dirt from Rudisil. Lefty-lefty matchup. To Bryce Rudisil. That one delivered in the dirt outside. Now 1-2 to Rudisil. Rudisil was able to score 1 run yesterday. However, he was tagged out at home after a pass ball was able to be flipped back to the pitcher, and he was tagged before he could cross home plate. 1-2 now. Nicely handled by Pena. That one goes between his legs. Henley and Danny Orr both advanced there, but 2-2, the count evens up now. Lake living in the low 80s here. That one coming in at 82. 2-2, put on the ground to the first baseman Echeverria, fields it, and will step on first himself as both runners advance for Gaithersburg. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 out for Ethan McNally.
Now batting for the Giants, the catcher, number 45, Ethan McNally.
McNally, in his last start, which was July 15th, went 1 for 4. Has just 1 extra base hit on the season, but an extra base hit here would make it 2-0. First pitch to McNally, outside. McNally comes into this game batting .317 with a .348 on base percentage. Has only appeared in a handful of games in the month of July. Took a mini vacation at the start of the month. 1-0, swing and a miss there from McNally. Surely would have been called strike 1 either way, but 82 in the upper outside corner evens the count at 1-1 for the Giants catcher tonight. Rising junior at Clarion. Started the hands, and it's called strike 2. The off speed from Lake, 74, low inside. And now Lake is 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Walked Henley to start off the game, and then walked Danny Orr, a batter later. 1-2, 2 outs. Stays inside. And now it's 2-2, outside that is. But 2-2 now. Have my sunglasses on here as the sun is right into my eyes here at Frank Mann Field. Now 2-2, 2 outs That one delivered way high. McNally saw that one out of the hand. Full count, 2 outs with Lake trying to get out of this inning. McNally trying to earn the 3rd walk this inning. Full count pitch, tipped foul right by our camera. Count remains full. McNally also 5 RBIs this season. He's only played in about 11 games. Full count pitch, delivers high, and it's bases loaded for Brady Ruiz Weiss. Weiss had a 2 RBI double yesterday as he went 1 for 4 in the 5-0 win over the Braves.
Left fielder Brady Ruiz Weiss.
He has 12 RBIs on 18 hits, does Weiss, so has pretty consistently been at the right place at the right time. And now after 3 walks load the bases, we'll get a mound visit here. And for Lake, he had 11 walks across 20 2/3 innings pitched coming into today, and now 3 walks in just 2/3 of an inning. Has to try and get himself out of this jam. Came in with a 1.31 whip, and obviously 3 walks will see that increase. Also has a 3.04 ERA coming into this start, his 2nd start of the season for the Aces. Big spot for the sophomore from Yale, Ruiz Weiss. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch from Lake, hit high but in the air. Under it is Cooper Hums, and he makes the grab to get Lake out of the jam.
No runs. No
Gaithersburg able to load the bases on 3 walks, but unable to plate a run. And we will step away 0-0 after the first half of the first inning here in the regular season finale on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis. Bottom of the first we go. It's Hudson Green on the mound, making his first start this season for Gaithersburg, but he has 7 prior appearances. He last pitched on July 2nd, so it's been almost 3 weeks for Green on the mound. But in that July 2nd outing, 2 innings pitched where they scored 3 runs, but none of them were earned on Hudson Green. First pitch misses outside on Cooper Hums. Hums comes into this game batting .244. .1-0 finds the zone. Now 1-1, and a previous outing, the 2 innings, no earned runs by Green on July 2nd, pretty much his best outing in terms of length and efficiency. 1-1, misses outside by a hair. Now 2-1 to the leadoff lefty Cooper Hums. Two-one delivered way high now. It's 3-1. Green lives in pretty much the mid-70s. His off-speed, though, can get quite low, as we've seen this season. 3-1 left high, and just like for Nate Houghton-Henley, Cooper Hums gets a leadoff walk for his team in the bottom of the first now. That brings up John Colligan.
We just didn't get any of that stuff because she waved us through. Well, it doesn't mean we don't. Okay. You want to go sit?
First pitch to Colligan. Inside, 1-0. Colligan comes into this game batting .294, has an on base of .435. Just 8 RBIs on the season as he's played in 20 games. Grounds this one over to Diaz at second. Throw to second, and they do complete the double play. Freddie Diaz at third. Flips to second for Marino. 5-4-3 for the double play, and that is the defense that we have seen from Gaithersburg as of late. And that immediately eliminates the walk of Cooper Hums.
Number 1, Derek Almeida.
That brings up Derek Almeida. Last night, Gaithersburg was able to turn two double plays, one of which on a line out. First pitch to Almeida misses outside. Almeida comes into this game with the 5th highest batting average in the league at .355. 1-0 lines this one foul into his own bullpen. And Diaz at third, really nice play by him. We've seen a couple busted double plays for this Giants defense. They could have a lot more turned simply because the first throw gets to its desired target, but it's not a great feed to try and turn for the second out. But Diaz does his job there, and Marino was able to throw it all the way down to get Colligan at first. Now 2-1 the count to Derek Almeida, rising sophomore at Chaffee College. 2-1 misses above the belt and a little outside. It's now 3-1. The 3-1 from Green is hit hard and into left field. A single for Derek Almeida will bring up Ernie Echeverria. That one left the bat at 92 and was put a little too far out of reach for Freddie Diaz at third. Echeverria, rising sophomore at Penn. The Aces going back to the 3 UPenn Quakers in a row. First pitch from Green on Echeverria misses way high. McNally has it though, so Almeida can't advance. Echeverria, Degnan, and Michael Powell, all 3 in a row, and all 3 teammates this summer and at school. 1-0 inside, now 2-0. First hit of the game goes to the Aces after that hard hit single by Almeida. 2-0, called strike 1. Now 2-1 the count. Green had a nice double play from his defense, but is down 2-1. That pitch misses outside. It's now 3-1. Gaithersburg hopes this is a long week, so hoping to get the most out of each individual pitcher. 2-1. Left that alone, and it's a walk to Ernie Echeverria. Second one issued by Green this inning. Runner on first and second, 2 outs for Gavin Degnan. Degnan with 24 RBIs is third in the Cal Ripken League and now has a runner in scoring position to work with to try and add to that total. First pitch to Degnan, grounded over to Diaz, who scoops it up and will touch third base for out number 3. Really nice defensive inning from Freddie Diaz, and he will grab the bat as Cade Hentz, Freddie Diaz, and Aiden Marino are due up for Gaithersburg when we return. 0-0 through 1 here from Frank Mann Field in Alexandria on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis by myself for the regular season finale. Gaithersburg trying to win and get an extra home game, which would be tomorrow night against the T-Bolts. A Giants loss and a T-Bolts win would give the T-Bolts the home game in Silver Spring, but still the same matchup. Cade Hentz up first in the second inning. Still against Matt Lake. Strike 1 called on Hentz. Hentz went 5 games hitless, but then broke that streak last night with an RBI single. Much needed for him as he starts this inning off. Lines this one into shallow right field, and that is not caught by a diving Degnan. And that should be ruled a single for Cade Hentz as Gavin Degnan sprinted all the way in but still couldn't capture that baseball. Back-to-back innings now, Gaithersburg with the leadoff man aboard. Still waiting for the ruling from the scorekeepers here to show on the scoreboard. And they do give Cade Hentz the hit. So now back-to-back games with a hit now for Cade Hentz. That brings up Freddie Diaz. Swing and a miss from Diaz. Diaz's last start was July 12th, where he went 1 for 4 with an RBI. has come in a couple times as a pinch hitter and defensive sub. Called strike 2, a little low in the zone, but 81 from Lake. Now 0-2. Tipped foul. And in his last 4 starts, Diaz has at least 1 hit. But again, just hasn't gotten many starts in the last couple weeks. Step off, throw back to first. No tag applied by Echeverria. Diaz comes into this game batting 194. Still down 0-2. Leaves that one alone up high at 82. Now 1-2 from Lake. Lake certainly been finding the zone here more. 1-2. Popped up and out of play. Lost it in the sun myself, but does get out of play. Diaz, the rising sophomore at Davidson College. Down 1-2. He lines this one off a busted bat into shallow center, and that drops for a base hit. So a high price for a single, but I'm sure Diaz will take it nonetheless. Back-to-back singles to lead off this inning, as that bat shattered right above the handle.
Now batting for the Giants, second baseman Aiden Marino.
That brings up Aiden Marino now after 2 singles to start off this inning from Cade Hentz and Freddie Diaz. Marino got the day off yesterday, but Friday night against Bethesda, 1 for 3 with an RBI. First pitch is Marino squared to bunt is low. 1-0. Marino with 14 walks drawn compared to the 13 hits that he has, still finds his way on base. Scored to bunt on the first pitch. He's up 1-0 as the corners play in. Echeverria crashes down the third base line and just rolls foul before Michael Powell can get to it. Looked like a really nice bunt, but just got pushed over that third base line. Echeverria crashed down from first base, but was really well placed in terms of Marino possibly reaching on that one. So 1-1 after 2 squares from Marino. Got the second one down, but foul. We'll see what the decision is here. 1-1 swinging away and taking ball 2 is Aiden Marino. Wonder if he continues to play games here on the Aces infield. He's up 2-1. Doesn't square. And that is strike 2 at 82 from Lake. Lake hasn't really gone above 82 for a good portion of his pitches. Even count 2 apiece to Aiden Marino. Top of the order in the on-deck circle, 2-2. Left low, now a full count for Marino. Full count, no outs. Cade Hentz on second. Freddie Diaz on first. Could load the bases back-to-back innings now. Full count pitch. Left out, and it does load the bases back-to-back innings, this time with no outs instead of 2. A big opportunity here for the top of the order in Nate Houghton-Henley.
Leadoff batter, Nate
So Gaithersburg stranded the bases loaded last inning, but that was when they had 2 outs on them already. 2 singles and a walk in this inning have loaded it with no outs for Henley. Grounds this one over to shortstop Almeida, fields it, flips to third to get Diaz, but Cade Hentz scores, and it's 1-0 Gaithersburg. So they are able to plate 1 run at the cost of 1 base runner. Third base now unoccupied. The ground ball took Almeida that way, so heads up play from the shortstop to feed that over. Now Marino on second, Henley on first for Brady Powell, who flew out to left his last time up. Check swing. And they check his swing. They say he went. Powell now 0-1. The 0-1 inside on Brady Powell. Brady Powell, no relation to Michael Powell at third base for the Aces. Now 1-1. Left to low. Lake has certainly struggled to find the zone. 4 walks given up, and then 2 singles added to that in this inning. 6 base runners through 1 1/3. 7 base runners really, with Henley reaching on the fielder's choice. Here's the 2-1. This one just tagged into left field. Under it to make the grab is Colligan, and no tag from the base runners. And there's 2 gone. Low pitch came in at 73, left the bat at 79. Didn't get too much of it. And Powell off to a similar start as last night with 2 flyouts to left. That brings up Danny Orr. The second walk last inning. Was able to reach second base and couldn't go further. Tied for the lead in RBIs on this Giants squad. First pitch, he lofts this one into straightaway center, but settling under it is Cooper Hums, and that will end the top of the second inning. Gaithersburg able to plate 1 run off of a fielder's choice from Nate Houghton-Henley, but it's 1-0 Gaithersburg as they grab an early lead here from Frankman Field in Alexandria. Don't go anywhere in the regular season finale on the Giants Broadcast Network.
I don't see them either.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis here from Alexandria, Virginia, as Gaithersburg is up 1-0 on the host Alexandria Aces. As we enter the bottom of the second inning, Michael Powell will be up first for the Aces response. Powell went 1 for 3 with an RBI in yesterday's 14-9 loss at Bethesda. First pitch to Powell from Green is up high. Green gave up 3 base runners last inning, but his defense was able to turn a double play to erase one of them. 2 walks and a single given up last inning for the Giants starter. 1-0 missed upstairs again. Now 2-0 to Powell, who's batting .231 into this game. And now 2-0 count for Hudson Green to work with. That one misses out. Now 3-0. The loss last night against Bethesda put the Aces in the predicament they're in terms of getting the 2 or 3 seed. 3-0. Called strike one as Powell already tossed his bat early in this game. And my colleague Colin Smith isn't with me, but he would be irate at that gesture from Michael Powell. Colin Smith very anti-throwing the bat before the call is made, so Powell retrieves his bat and steps back in. 3-1, that misses out, and that is ball 4. Brings up Diego Pena, rising senior at Western Michigan.
Catcher number 28, Diego Pena.
Third walk given up by Green. First pitch to Pena. Nice off speed, catches the zone, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. This one popped up into center field. Henley calls for it, makes the grab for out number 1. That brings up Braden Hubner, rising sophomore at Ball State.
The second baseman wearing number 9 from Ball State University, Braden Hubner.
They have a Huber as well on the roster, but this time we know for sure that it is Braden Hubner. Runner goes, pitch delivered, throw from McNally is not there in time. It was called strike one, but a stolen base for Michael Powell puts himself in scoring position. So now 0-1 to Braden Hubner, second baseman tonight for the Aces. That one misses high and out. 1-1.
Tomorrow you'll be here again, or is that not official?
As now all the games across the Cal Ripken League tonight in the regular season finale have gone underway. 1-1. Swing and a miss from Hubner. Green eyeing his first punch out.
You got plans. Make it pleasant. Younger sister or something?
So now 1-2 to Braden Hubner. Let's see where Green lives here. Trying to get the put away. Powell dances on second. Green delivers. Swing and a miss in the dirt. And there is the first punch out for Hudson Green of his first start of the season to get the second out of the inning.
Although you probably had a minute.
That brings up Adam Zayabzada, the designated hitter for the Aces, currently in the portal, rising sophomore. And he gets called strike one put on him.
had to gather my thoughts. What I was saying. I'm gonna make it feel bad. So, you're doing great, but I'll let you get back to this. Good luck. Okay? I'm walking around.
Here's the 0-1 from Zahibzada as the runner goes immediately, but this one is cranked foul. Zahibzada down 0-2, and Powell has to go back to second base. Zahibzada with a .271 batting average, but a 40.5 ERA after he pitched 2/3 of an inning for the Aces back on June 26th, where he gave up 5 walks, 3 earned runs. Tips this one foul. Gaithersburg has had a couple position players come in to pitch for them as well. Nate Henley in center being one of them. 0-2 count remains after 2 foul balls from Zahibzada. Can Green get his second punch out? And that one left just outside. Gonna have to wait on that second strikeout. 1-2, 2 outs. Michael Powell still on second base. Pitch from Green. Swing and a miss from Zahibzada. 2 strikeouts for Hudson Green in his second inning of work. Leaves the Aces scoreless through 2. And we'll go to the third inning. Bryce Rudisil, Ethan McNally, and Brady Ruiz-Weiss due up for Gaithersburg when we return on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Attention, please. 4-mile run, Farmers and Artisans Park.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Top of the third, we go. Gaithersburg able to retain their 1-0 lead through the bottom of the second after Hudson Green got 2 strikeouts after giving up a leadoff walk. Michael Powell didn't get further than second after stealing second base. Gaithersburg offensive side has gotten bases loaded in back-to-back innings. First pitch called strike on Bryce Rudisil. They've also gotten their leadoff man aboard in both the top of the first and top of the second via a walk and then a single. This one put on the ground and foul down the first base line. Rudisil quickly down 0-2. Rudisil grounded out to Echeverria at first. Back in the top of the first. 0-2 skips into the dirt. Rudisil will help Pena collect that one. 1-2 from Lake. This one lined right to the third baseman who had to make a kneeling play. Throws over and in time to get Rudisil. Nice play from Michael Powell at third. Seemingly had to crouch over on that one as it took a short hop right in front of him. But he's able to stand up and get Rudisil out at first. And that breaks the streak of Leadoff Giants getting on base with Bryce Rudisil grounding out to third. Now Ethan McNally steps up. He hits a chopper over to Powell, who can't field it. Now Almeida backs him up and throws over, but not in time. Don't know which ground ball was harder to grab, but clearly for Powell, couldn't handle the high bounce off the chopper from McNally. And
Brady Ruiz-Weiss.
they score that one. A hit for McNally. Now 3 hits for Gaithersburg, all singles. That brings up Brady Ruiz-Weiss. First pitch to Weiss, skips in. McNally stays put. Weiss flew out to center his first time up, and that ended the top of the first inning with the bases loaded. Gaithersburg has already stranded 5 this game. This one chopped off the body of Weiss, and it's now 1-1 to the Yale Bulldog. Pretty full house here in Alexandria for the regular season finale. Even some folks that you may be able to pick up on your screen outside the outfield fence. This one grounded right up the middle, and that gets through into shallow center field. The 4th hit for Gaithersburg this game. And there's 2 base runners on now for Cade Hentz, who's 1 for 1.
Shortstop, number 24, Katie Heinz.
Katie Heinz was how they just pronounced Cade Hentz. Really interesting from the PA guy here in Alexandria. But Cade Hentz, the rising junior at Jacksonville, steps in now. 1 of 4 hits already for Gaithersburg. He hits this one over and into shallow center. May have been a busted bat, but it loads the bases yet again as McNally stays on third base. 3 innings on offense, 3 bases loaded situations for Gaithersburg. They've only been able to plate 1 run. First time they loaded the bases, they had 2 outs. The second time they had no outs. And now this time they'll have 1 out with Freddie Diaz up. Also singled his last time up, but then was out at third after the fielder's choice, which did score a run for Gaithersburg. So 5 singles for the Giants. First pitch to Diaz, swing and a miss there. 72 low in the zone. Nice breaking ball from Lake. Oh, 1 to Diaz inside. Now 1-1. Once again, Lake has just been going eye for eye with the strike zone. Ball, strike, ball, strike. Does not have any strikeouts yet this start. Has gotten through 2 1/3 thus far. 1-1. This one grounded over to Lake himself, and it falls out of his glove. He flips it to first. Diving Diaz can't get there in time, but it's 2-0 Gaithersburg. A bobble from the pitcher as he came off the mound. Nate Lake had that one fall out of his glove. McNally comes home to score. A sacrifice hit for Freddie Diaz, who nearly stretched it into an infield single, dove head first into first base. And that brings up Aiden Marino. Both Ruiz-Weiss and Hentz advanced. It's now 2nd and 3rd. First pitch to Marino, low for ball 1. 1-0 to Marino. Walked his first time up. Hasn't been the walks lately for Lake. It's just been the slap-happy singles. 1-0, and this one's popped foul. Now 1-1. One, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position for Marino. Pops this one up, backtracking is Echevarria, and that one falls foul. Now 1-2. Dugouts here at Alexandria, half buried into the ground, so the roof of the dugout blocked where that ball landed, but Echevarria had to go over his shoulder to try and make that grab and couldn't. So 1-2, Lake 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Doesn't have his first punch out yet. Marino trying to keep this inning going. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Backwards K for Lake. Gets him out of the jam. Another 2 base runners stranded, but 3 hits able to plate run. It's now 2-0 Gaithersburg, headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning when we return here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Your attention, please.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis. Hudson Green back out on the mound, trying to get his longest appearance thus far for Gaithersburg. Has had a really nice 2 innings thus far. Picked up 2 strikeouts back-to-back to end the 2nd inning. He's given up 3 walks and a single,
Leading off for the Aces, center
but
fielder,
no base
Cooper
runners
Hum.
have gone further than 2nd. Cooper Hums, top of the order, due up for Alexandria. Hums grounds this one just foul, and he's down 0-1. Thank you to my other colleague, Jake Soronis, for joining the chat. Best broadcast group in the land. Appreciate you, and Colin Smith for what you guys have done this summer alongside myself. But there's called strike 2 on Cooper Hums. (0-2). Green can make it 3 punch-outs in a row. Hums started the hands but lays off as that one was up high, right about the shoulders for Cooper Hums. Rising junior at Western Michigan. 1-2. Can't drop into the zone, evening the count at 2 apiece. Now 2-2 from Hudson Green, and he gets the pop-up but out of play for Cooper Hums. 2-2, the count will remain. 2-2 pitch from Green. That one, biggest miss from Green thus far. Didn't even show up on the TrackMan zone. Dipped before it could hit our lovely camera behind home plate, but now a full count for Cooper Hums. Reached base his first time up via a walk back when he led off the bottom of the first, and there is ball 4. Second time for Cooper Hums that he's reached base via a walk tonight.
Left fielder, John Culligan.
That'll bring up John Culligan, who grounded into the 5-4-3 double play his last time up. That's why Hums could not advance. Hums with 14 stolen bases takes off here, as I said that. And first pitch went into the dirt. So Hums steals second, his 15th of the season. And it's now 1-0 to Culligan. That steal from Hums would eliminate a traditional double play. Culligan obviously would not want to ground into 2 in the same game, but he watches strike 1 there. So now 1-1. Green nearly was able to get Hums down on strikes, let him get away via a walk. He took off on the first pitch. Now 1-1. This one popped up and out of play. Culligan down 1-2. Much like his teammate Hums was down 1-2. Green can't let back-to-back aces get away. Culligan still adjusting his elbow guard. One-two delivered now. Swing and a miss from Culligan. Third punch out for Hudson Green. And that'll bring up Derek Almeida.
Shortstop, Derek Almeida.
Almeida, 1 for 1 this game with a single. The lone hit thus far for the Aces. Hudson Green has been using his finesse wisely, but misses there. 1-0. Has been first pitch ball to every batter this inning. So now 1-0 to the biggest bat average-wise in this Aces lineup. Mentioned coming into tonight, 5th highest batting average. Can only see that rise as he flies this one into deep left field. Backtracking is Orr, and he watches this one go. A 2-run blast from Derek Almeida has tied this game. It's now 2-2. .76 just hung middle. And a brand new ball game here in Alexandria after Derek Almeida unleashes that one. TrackMan, however, here not tagging the distance or exit speed.
Now batting for the Aces, first baseman Ernie Echeverria.
So after the 2-run home run ties this game, Ernie Echeverria steps up, bases empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's another fly ball, but this one's going to stay in the park. Henley will catch that one nicely in center field for out number 2. And of course, TrackMan here at Alexandria tagged the flyout, but not the home run. So the flyout was 89 off the bat and 285, but the Almeida home run, unknown distance as some fans go to find that home run ball out in left field. Brings up Gavin Degnan. Watches ball 1. "1-0, skips in, empty bases, so no harm done there. Now 2-0 the count. So the first extra base hit this entire game was by Derek Almeida. There's strike 1 on Gavin Degnan. It's been 5 singles for Gaithersburg and then 1 additional single for Aces. It was Derek Almeida himself back in the first inning. 2-1 chopped foul. Now 2-2. So Almeida, the only 2 hits for the Aces thus far. Aces have gotten aboard 4 times via walks from Hudson Green. Green eyeing his 4th punch-out, 2-2. And Degnan leaves it alone for a full count. Full count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Aces have already tied this game. And there is a tip back into the glove of McNally to complete the 4th punch-out for Hudson Green.
2 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on base. At the end of
So Hudson Green, 3 through 3 innings. He's able to get 4 strikeouts. Does give up 2 runs via a 2-run home run from Derek Almeida, but a really nice start, all things considered, for Hudson Green, who, as I mentioned, hadn't pitched since July 2nd, so nearly 3 weeks, and has worked himself a really nice start as Gaithersburg grabs the bats again when we return here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Hall of Fame.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. To the top of the 4th we go. Brand new ball game after Derek Almeida tied it with a 2-run home run to left field. That's really Hudson Green's only blemish. Green with 4 strikeouts through 3 innings, giving up 4 walks as well, but 2 hits both off the bat of Almeida. Henley watches ball 1 from Nate Lake, who's still on the mound for the Aces. "1-0, called strike 1. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss from Henley. Henley with a RBI off of a fielder's choice. Last time up, pops this one foul to stay alive. Doesn't look like it had the angle to get to my car, parked further away from the field this time around in Alexandria. Last time was not too kind to my car, but either way, I'm just hoping that nothing else happens here off of foul balls in Alexandria. 1-2 to Henley, who chops this one foul off the plate right towards the Aces dugout. 1-2 count remains. These teams were scheduled to play 7 times this season, a couple of those reschedules. However, this is only the 4th time they're meeting with 3 cancellations. So that one misses outside, and all 3 previous contests going by way of the Aces. 2-2 misses low, and it's a full count for Henley. Here's the full count pitch from Lake, and that hits Henley, thankfully in the thigh and not on the knee, so he appears to be all right. Would have been ball 4 either way as it was inside, but awful way for Henley to reach base when he had a full count. Either way, the leadoff man aboard for Gaithersburg in now 3 of 4 innings. A walk, single, and hit by pitch. 2 of those to Nate Houghton Henley, the walk and hit by pitch to the rising freshman going to UMD, who has only seen his on-base percentage go up this game. And that brings up Brady Powell. Brady Powell swings at the first pitch, and it goes off the pitcher Lake, and Powell will reach first base. And now we get a mound visit. Powell always aggressive on the first pitch. Mentioned his struggles as of late. Did not see a signal from Chris Bursett, the manager from the Aces. So there is action
tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. The playoff schedule again is still developing. Please check the standings board with details of playoff scenarios.
Excuse me, I'm
behind our press box.
Waiting for the PA guy to let up. He says that there is a scheduled game tomorrow night for Alexandria. However, looking at the league's homepage, there are no games currently scheduled for tomorrow because the playoff schedule has not been released yet, as 3 out of 4 games tonight have implications on the matchups, both where they will be and who they will be against. So they give Powell an infield single there, as Orr squares to bunt and drops his bat in the process. Orr not one to score the bunt, but obviously the value of a bunt here could be very efficient for Gaithersburg. He basically just dropped his bat. 0-1, hits this one on the ground and into left field. Loading the bases for the 4th time this game is Gaithersburg. 4 innings, 4 bases loaded situations. They still haven't been able to fully capitalize on it with just 2 runs on the board. 7 runners left on base, 6 of those in scoring position thus far. And it looks like now we will get a pitching change. Back-to-back singles after a hit by pitch. Loads the bases with no outs for Bryce Rudisil. And we will step away while a new arm for Alexandria warms up. Don't go anywhere here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
also the Ripken League website.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Now pitching for
Bases
the Aces.
loaded for the fourth time this game for the Giants offense as the Aces
From
turn
Western
to a
Michigan
new
University,
arm. It's
32,
Adam Lehman.
Lehman.
Lehman, one of the most consistent guys you will find in the Cal Ripken League. 16 2/3 innings pitched, but has 26 strikeouts. That's tied for 6th best in the Cal Ripken League. First pitch to Rudisil is called strike one. Lehman with a 1.02 whip and a 2.7 ERA, as well as a .119 opponent batting average allowed. 0-1, put on the ground and into left field. An opposite field base hit, scores Henley and scores Powell. It's 4-2 Gaithersburg. Orr takes off for third after the throw home gets away. 2-run lead back to the Giants. Bryce Rudisil coming through with an opposite field knock, tucking that between Michael Powell and the third base bag.
I think it was a typo on the grade part. Because whenever you're
And that is
Now
the
batting
biggest inning
Ethan McNally.
for Gaithersburg already. Still no outs, runners on the corners. Or to third, Rudisil now on first for Ethan McNally. That one left up high, 1-0.
seen him play though,
So those runners, or still
and he's a rising star.
credited to Nate Lake. However, Rudisil credited to Adam Lehman.
2024 would have been like
Pickoff attempt to first just gets into the glove of Echeverria.
beat up on hand.
Last two outings for Lehman has been scoreless. No runs earned or otherwise. But Rudisil pouncing on Lehman early. That one gets down between the legs of Pena. And it's now 2-0 to Ethan McNally. McNally 1-for-1, has reached base both times. Has a walk back from his first time up. 2-0 count for McNally. That one left low. Now 3-0. This pitch has to find the zone for Lehman, or else Gaithersburg will have their fifth bases loaded situation. .3-0 pitch. Rudisil takes off. Pitch left low. It's called strike one.
Yeah.
So it did need to find the zone. We're seeing some more speed from Lehman. That one 87 low outside corner on the righty McNally. Rudisil swipes second on the stolen base.
That's true. Yeah.
So now a 3-1 count, two runners in scoring position. Left low, and it's ball four. Bases loaded for a fifth time for Gaithersburg to bring up Brady Ruiz Weiss. Weiss 1
Left
for
fielder,
2.
Brady Ruiz Weiss.
Weiss, the second lefty in this lineup, second lefty Lehman has to face. The first one, Rudisil, had a nice opposite field base knock to score two, and Weiss swings away there, and he's down 0-1. Weiss singled his last time up. Another big opportunity for Gaithersburg, who's had an opportunity every single inning. Still no outs, 0-1. Left low and inside, 1-0.
More silver. But that one they have the old with the. This one is like the whole campus is another way around. That one is
The 1-1 popped foul into the fence, and Weiss is down 1-2. Mentioned how Lehman is a heavy strikeout pitcher. Came into this game 16 2/3 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts recorded. Trying to get his 27th. Weiss trying to defend 1-2. He does defend, gets a dribbler over to Powell at third, throws home to get the force out. Orr out at home to keep a 5th run off the board. So bases remain loaded for Cade Hentz. Wonder if the PA guy will pronounce it Katie Heinz again. So fielder's choice 5-2. Michael Powell gets Danny Orr out at home.
Yeah, but I used to work with middle school kids.
So now first pitch to Hentz. He watches for strike one, bit of off
Now batting
speed
for the
there.
Giants, Cade Heinz.
And they're getting close there. They got the first name right, Cade. Still got the last name wrong in Heinz, but Hentz down 0-1. Bases remain loaded. This one put on the ground to the second baseman, Hubner, bobbles it, the flip to second, gets away. Rudisill safe at home, bases still loaded, 5-2 Gaithersburg. First error of the game, charged to Braden Hubner at second after that bobble. He recovered nicely to try and get the out at second, but the toss over to Almeida was too high for the shortstop to handle. Brings up Freddie Diaz, watches strike one, top part of the zone at 89.
Now batting, Freddie Diaz.
0-1. Swinging and missing there is Diaz, 88 in the zone. Four-seam fastball from Lehman. Jammed up Diaz. Couldn't pull his hands through fast enough. He's down 0-2 to Lehman. And there is called strike three. 89, middle low. First punch out for Adam Lehman in this appearance, his 27th on the season, and a backwards K gets the second out of the inning. Aiden Marino now in the batter's box. Watches strike one, 77, just clipping the outside corner. If Marino reaches, Gaithersburg has batted around in this fourth inning. They've plated three, bases remain loaded. 2 outs, 0-1. Jammed up Marino, foul tipped, so runners can't advance. Now 0-2 to Marino. Lehman one pitch away from getting out of this inning. Gaithersburg has already stranded 7 runners this game and could already reach double digits if Lehman gets his second punch out here. 0-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Fouled off by Marino. Great fight from the Florida native. Marino still down 0-2. Has to give a big fight here to Adam Lehman. That one misses upstairs. Wisely laying off of it. Lehman couldn't place the off speed at 76. It's now 1-2. As the sun now creeps below the trees here in Alexandria. 1-2. This one hit hard but foul off the bat of Marino. 88 middle outside. Marino couldn't quite square that baseball up. Really nice pitch to hit if he sees it again. Count remains 1-2. 2 outs, bases still loaded. Pitch from Lehman. Marino wisely lays off of it. Pena tried to frame it up, but it's 2-2 now for Marino.
Oh, really?
Marino trying to give the best fight he can. 2-2. puts this one on the ground to Almeida at short, fields it, throws over to first, and it gets away from Echeverria. McNally safe at home. Ruiz Weiss comes around to score. It's 7-2 Giants. It looked like a routine play for Almeida, but the throw comes in low, gets away from Ernie Echeverria at first, and Gaithersburg now with a 5 spot in the top of the 4th, 7-2.
Leadoff batter, Nate Henley.
And that means that Gaithersburg has batted around. First pitch to Henley in his second at-bat this inning is fouled off. Henley was hit by a pitch to lead off this top of the 4th and then came around to score. Runners on the corners, 0-1 fouled off again, this time into the backstop. And now it's 0-2. But what a great fight from Aiden Marino. Down 0-2, works it back to a full count, and then puts one on the ground and creates some chaos that ends up scoring 2 more runs. The 0-2 runner goes, and that ball gets out of the hand of Pena on the transfer as he wanted to throw it down to second. Marino swipes second base. Marino's 15th steal of the season. Now 1-2 to Henley, who's reached base all 3 times. Can he go 4 for 4 on base? 1-2. Puts this one high in the air, deep right field. Tracking it but making the grab is Gavin Degnan. So that will end the top of the 4th inning, but 5 runs plated for Gaithersburg off a couple errors from the Aces infield.
3 hits.
And a really nice job by Gaithersburg to come through after they stranded so many runners through the first 3 innings. They now have the largest lead of the game when we come back here on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis, and Gaithersburg able to plate 5 runs after generating 2 errors in the Aces infield. The first error, Cade Hence's RBI, going awarded to Braden Hubner, and then the second error, a error scored on the first baseman Ernie Echeverria that gave Aiden Marino 2 RBIs as he reached base. So 7-2 and a new arm on the mound for Gaithersburg. It's Ethan Bell. Bell with 14 2/3 innings thus far. Back-to-back appearances for Bell. He's gone 2 innings scoreless, giving up just 1 hit and 6 walks combined, along with 2 strikeouts. First pitch to Michael Powell is ball 1. So Hudson Green, really nice start for him. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. But other than the bat of Derek Almeida, which even looking at paper stats you knew was going to be prevalent, other than his bat, he's kept the Aces offense quiet through the first 3 innings. 2-0 to Powell, now 3-0. Ethan Bell has 20 walks through 14 2/3 innings. That's been the main issue for Bell, sophomore in the portal, but he can certainly turn it up. 3-0, misses 4-pitch walk for Powell to start this inning. That's now
Catcher,
2 walks
Diego Pena.
for Powell in this game. He stole second his last time on the base paths, but then was stranded on second base. And there is strike 1, first strike thrown by Ethan Bell on Diego Pena. Pena flew out to center his last time up. 0-1 inside, now 1-1.
It only takes one ticket to win. That's the way raffles works. But you have more chances.
That pitch is called strike 2. Bell eyeing his first punch out here on Diego Pena. One, 2 is lifted, tailing foul, and it does get out of play and out of reach for the speedy right fielder for Gaithersburg, Brady Ruiz-Weiss. So 1-2 count remains. Going to see a lot more velocity from Bell than Green. 1-2. That one falls into the glove of McNally. So now 2-2 was inside. Pena bowed out of that one. Powell not too big of a lead on first, at least for his primary. 2-2 grounds this one, and Powell takes second base. McNally can't find it, and Powell will stay at second. Baseball ends up underneath the pads in the backstop here at Frankman Field. Umpire retrieves that baseball. So full count with no outs, and Powell back on second base as McNally wants to have a talk with his new pitcher.
Well, but we're going to be here a little bit longer, so go ahead and we're only halfway.
And much to the dismay of Aces fans, the Crop Dusters were up 10-0 after the top of the first inning on the DC Grays. The Grays wanting to save their arms for tomorrow's play-in game. And there is strike 3 called on Pena. Backwards K for Bell. That's certainly a confidence booster there. Really nice pitch location, 81 on the inside.
Second baseman,
Had Pena frozen.
Braden Hubner.
And that brings up Braden Hubner now. Hubner, one of 2 errors, the first of 2 errors defensively for the Aces in the top half of this inning. What led to more Giants runs scored, and he swings and misses there at a pitch in the dirt. So now 0-1. Off speed, gets Hubner out in front of that one, and he's down 0-2 after it was fouled off. The 0-2 skips in. McNally has that one covered. Powell goes back to second wisely. So 1-2. Excuse me, now it's 12-0 Crop Dusters in the top of the third. 1-2, put on the ground. High chopper, Hence Fields throws over to first. Rudisell handles it, and they get the out at first. Cade Hence, defensive prowess on display again. The second out of the inning. Powell does reach third, but crucial second out eliminates the sacrifice opportunity for Adam Zayabzada, who now steps in. Just sensational stuff from Hence at shortstop since he joined this Giants squad. Zayabzada watches the first pitch as it tails outside for ball one. The 1-0. Zayabzada thought about going, but he lays off and it comes in below the zone. Now 2-1 for Ethan Bell to work. Excuse me, 2-0 that is for Ethan Bell to work. 2 outs, Powell on third. That one comes in low, now 3-0. After the leadoff walk to Powell, Bell got a backwards K, and then they ground out that Cade Hence helped his pitcher out with. 3-0, misses a 4-pitch walk, brings up the top of the order for the Aces and Cooper Hums. Hums has reached base twice via a walk. 2 times on the base paths and has scored on the Derek Almeida home run. 2 outs, runners on the corners. First pitch to Hums comes in low. So 5 straight balls for Bell. All on lefty batters. That is for the righty Bell. 1 out. That one misses inside as well. Now 6 straight balls for Ethan Bell. As pitching coach Vinny Capozza will come out to meet with Bell now. Obviously 6 straight balls, not the streak you want to have at all if you're a pitcher. A win for Gaithersburg would secure a home game, a home playoff game tomorrow, but I am just receiving word that for the Aces, they will play either the Grays or Senators. Whichever team gets the 4 seed will play here in Alexandria tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Big Train and only Crop Dusters will have a game tomorrow night. That's already been put on the schedule. Those 2 games will be non-playoff games, just added regular season games, as it's been rainouts like any other this summer. Now 2-0 after the mound visit, and that's called ball 3 outside and low. 3-0 to number 3 Cooper Hums, eyeing his third walk. Getting all twisty-tied now. but 3-0. Runners on the corners. Doesn't find the zone. 8 straight balls thrown for Ethan Bell. Has now loaded the bases.
Left fielder, John Culligan.
That brings up John Culligan. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Tying run in the on-deck circle. First pitch inside to Culligan. That's now 9 straight balls from Ethan Bell. Culligan a must-get here with Almeida in the on-deck circle. That one misses low. Now 2-0.
Which is fine. It may be normal. It just auto
10 straight balls thrown by Bell. He just needs that 3rd out. Could be at any base at this point with the bases loaded. 2-0. Misses low. Now 11 straight balls. If it's 3 straight 4-pitch walks, it would walk a run home. Michael Powell on 3rd, Zaibzada on 2nd, Hums on 1st, and it is a 3rd 4-pitch walk in a row, and it's now 7-3. Four walks this inning for Bell, and 12 straight
First
balls
out,
thrown.
Darren Almeida.
Has just not been able to locate the zone, and now the only Aces batter with a hit this game, 2 of them, is up Derek Almeida. Watches strike 1, and that breaks the streak of consecutive balls thrown by Bell. And we'll see if that allows Bell to settle back in. Again, he just needs the 1 final out. Bases still loaded. 0-1. This one hit hard, deep to left field. Backtracking his Orr. That's going to get off the fence. 1 run scored. A 2nd one on the way. A 3rd run scores, and it's a 1-run ball game. A 3 RBI double from Derek Almeida. .94 off the bat, goes .325 right into the left center field gap. And now the tying run in scoring position for Ernie Echeverria. And that one gets into the feet of McNally, but he can't grab it in time, and now the tying run 90 feet away. Pitch came in low for ball 1 on Echeverria. .1-0. Almeida now on 3rd. There is strike 1 on Echeverria. Almeida now with 5 RBIs, and a triple in this park is very hard, but that's how close he is to the cycle. That pitch called strike 2. Bell 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning and keeping the Giants in the lead. 1-2 comes in. Almeida comes home, and he scores. It's a tie game again. 7-7 in this one, as the Aces have a response for Gaithersburg immediately. 5 runs of their own.
Well, actually, there's 2 more games
This one hit hard and over to Danny Orr in left, who ranges over to collect that baseball. Ethan Bell gets out of the fourth inning, but it's back to a tie game, 7-7, as we go to the fifth inning here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
The Giants 7 and the Aces 7.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis, and for the second time tonight, we're all tied up. Now 7-7, entering the top of the fifth inning. Brady Powell up first. Giants batted around last inning when they scored 5, but the Aces were able to grab 5 of their own in the bottom half of the fourth, and that's where we stand. Adam Lehman back out on the mound, and just like last time, music not cut in time from the Aces. And now the music's cut, and we can get underway.
Brady Powell.
First pitch to Powell, leaves it alone. It's been a little while since Adam Lehman was on the mound, but he's back out there for the Aces. 1-0 hit hard, and that one gets past a diving Derek Almeida. And the 7th hit for Gaithersburg, all of which have been singles, now puts Powell on. The 4th time out of 5 innings now that Gaithersburg's been able to put the leadoff man aboard. They've had bases loaded 5 separate times, 2 last inning alone. Danny Orr watches first pitch ball outside. Time called. And now we get another eye contact warning, but this time to Adam Lehman. The first warning was given to Nate Lake, as now Chris Bursett will say something to the umpire about it. It's a 1-0 count to Danny Orr. Powell on first base. Popped up and out of play, headed for the parking lot, praying for everyone's cars there. But now 1-1. Powell leads this Giants team in stolen bases with 20. We'll see how aggressive he is standing on first as he goes right away. Nice pick by Pena, but that jump by Powell, unlike anything else, in there with his 21st steal of the season. It was a really nice job by Diego Pena to pick that ball up and then get the throw out, but Powell just way ahead of it. It's now 2-1 to Danny Orr. He hits this one hard and in to shallow right field. Powell rounding third. He's going to come around to score an RBI opposite field single for Danny Orr, and it's 8-7 Gaithersburg. I was talking to Danny Orr pregame about the outfield fence here. Mentioned that it's 319 down the right field line and 308 down the left field line, as Orr has seemingly been pulling everything this season. He said he's made some adjustments to his bat, and he was looking to send things more the opposite way, and does so there. An opposite field RBI single to score Brady Powell. That brings up Bryce Rudisil. Pops up the first pitch, and it gets out of play. And everyone is okay as it dodges the concession stand here at Frank-Mann Field.
At the concession stand. Redeem that ball for $2 at the concession stand.
Now 0-1 to Rudisil. Watches that pitch come in low. Rudisil 1 for 3 this game. Had a 2 RBI single his last time up, and then swiped a base. 1-1 with Orr on first. This one grounded foul by the Giants dugout. Now 1-2. Danny Orr has only 3 stolen bases, but 0 caught stealings for the UMBC Golden Retriever. So 3 for 3 for him, just not really one to steal. 1-2, popped up, tailing, stays in. Pena fields it. Was tailing towards the backstop here, but it hung up just enough to get Rudisil for out number 1.
Catcher Ethan McNally.
That brings up Ethan McNally. McNally reached base all 3 times this game, 2 walks and a single, as well as 2 runs scored. Watches first pitch strike, 76, just on the outside part of the zone for McNally. Oh, 1. Check swing, ends up fouling it off, and it dodged the on-deck batter of Ruiz Weiss. But McNally down 0-2. Called strike 3, 75, lofted into the zone. A backwards K for Lehman, his second strikeout, his second backwards K in this appearance.
You still have some hot dog.
That brings up Brady Ruiz Weiss. 1 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice. That got Danny Orr out at home. He pops this one up into the Aces bullpen, and it's caught by one of their many pitchers there, barehanded. No fan interference there. Aces didn't even clear the way, as they knew that their teammates weren't going to be able to get that fly ball into foul territory. But now 0-1 to Weiss. Orr still on first. Not too aggressive on the base paths, as I noted. Pitch from Lehman. There's the off speed again. 74 this time. And now Weiss down 0-2. Seeing a lot more off speed from Lehman. 0-2, swing and a miss. back-to-back strikeouts for Adam Lehman gets him out of the top of the 5th inning,
run,
but Gaithersburg
one run
able to grab
on
the
2
lead
hits.
once again. It's
One
8-7
left on
thanks
base.
to an RBI single off the bat of Danny
Bill Smith.
Orr, and we'll come back here on the Giants
It's
Broadcast
the Giants
Network.
8-7.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Ethan Bell back out on the mound for Gaithersburg. His last inning of work, he got the
Leading off for the
second
Aces,
out
right fielder,
in the third
Gavin
batter he
Kennedy.
faced, but then walked 3 aces in a row on 12 pitches, and then a 3 RBI double is what made it a 1-run game off the bat of Derek Almeida. And then Almeida came around to score on a wild pitch to make it 7-7. And now 2 straight balls thrown by Bell to start off this inning, facing off against Gavin Degnan, the lone ace who did not bat last inning. 2-0 misses inside, now 3-0. Gaithersburg, as I mentioned earlier, wants this to be as long of a week as possible. 3-0 misses, and it's a 4-pitch walk to lead things off. So the Giants will have a playoff game tomorrow, and that is essentially a play-in to the wild card, so almost 2 wild card rounds this
Third
year.
baseman, Mike Powell.
Michael Powell will step in now, but 2 wild card rounds essentially now. So tomorrow, play-in round, then Wednesday, wild card round, and then best of 3 semifinals start on Thursday, as there is strike 1 thrown by Ethan Bell. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday blocked out for the semifinals. Again, all of this weather dependent, as the whole reason that it's 8 teams in the playoffs this year is because of all the rain cancellations. That one missed low. It's now 1-1. And then the Cal Ripken Collegiate League Championship Series will start on Sunday and go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 1-1. Misses high. McNally stands up to grab that one. And Degnan does not advance, stays at first base. Now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Bell misses just outside. Now 3-1. Bell, since taking over from Hudson Green, has now issued 5 walks and just 1 hit. But that 1 hit was with the bases loaded. 3-1. It needed to find the zone, and it does. Full count pitch. Powell led off last inning with a walk. Came around to be the first of 5 runs to score for the Aces. Full count pitch. Powell goes. This one grounded over, and Hentz, who went over to play the stolen base, missed out on an opportunity there. That one gets into shallow left field, and manager TJ Brockway comes out, and he points towards the bullpen to make a change. Just unlucky there as Degnan went on the pitch. Then Powell grounded it over to where Hentz would have been playing the normal shortstop position, likely in his reach. But because he was over to field the stolen base,
Coming in to pitch for
that one gets through the infield, and now
Giants
2 on,
is
no
Aiden
out.
Carey
And
from
now,
George Washington University,
number
sophomore.
37, Aiden Carey, will come in to pitch for Gaithersburg. He'll warm up, and we'll come back here on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Aiden Carey, rising sophomore from George Washington, on now to face off against Diego Pena. Carey recently pitched on July 17th in the 7-4 win at DC down in Woodbridge. 1 inning pitched, 2 runs, both of them earned, 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Scoring to bunt is Pena. That one gets through, and both runners advance on the first pitch.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
So now McNally will have a talk with Carey. Carey comes into this game making his 10th appearance of the season, 5.26 ERA, 13 2/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks, 16 hits, a 1.61 whip, and a opponent batting average allowed of 276. So first pitch went into the dirt after Pena squared to bunt, and both runners advance. Now first base unoccupied, and a 1-0 count for Pena. Doesn't score to bunt there, but pitch goes well outside, and now it's 2-0. If you're just joining us, it was a leadoff walk by Gavin Degnan, who stands on third, and then a Michael Powell single. That pitch finds the zone. First strike thrown by Carey. Powell's single would have been playable for Hentz had Hentz not shuffled over as Degnan attempted a steal on a full count, and that one squeaked its way through the infield and into left field. 2-1, misses outside, 3-1. Fastest pitch the Aces have seen tonight at 84. Don't think Bell or Green touched that high. This one gets away. It is ball 4, but Degnan chooses to stay put on third. So bases loaded, no outs for Braden Hubner.
Second baseman, Braden Hubner.
Hubner 0 for 2 in this game thus far with a strikeout and then a ground out to Hentz. First pitch called, strike 1. Top part of the zone on Hubner. So an 0-1 count now for the rising sophomore at Ball State. Degnan on third, Powell on second, Pena on first. Bases loaded, no outs. 0-1. Misses outside. Evens the count, 1 apiece.
I mean, there are no.
1-1, pitch from Carey. This one hit hard. Deep fly ball. Henley backing up on it, and he couldn't find it. Degnan scores, the throw in around third. The throw home, the tag as the ball comes out. Another run scores. It's now 10-8. The tag by McNally was applied to Michael Powell, and that forced the ball loose. Reaching second on that play is Braden Hubner.
Designated hitter, Adam Shahamzada.
For the first time tonight, the Aces lead. It's now 10-8. Nate Houghton Henley had trouble tracking it. It gets over his head and ends up scoring 3 runs. Official scoring is a double that scored both Degnan and Powell, and then Pena scores on the error. This one chopped over to Rudisil, and it stays, and now it's called foul by the home plate umpire.
But the most important thing interesting about that was it was actually
So that is strike 2. Looked like it stayed fair, but the umpires shifted over for Hubner, who's on second. So home plate umpire has to make the call, and he did very loudly. The 0-2 skips in, gets away from McNally. Hubner takes third. So 1-2 count now from Carey. This is outside 2-2. It could have very well been a 8-8 ball game with 1 out, but Henley lost track of it and then had another opportunity to make it 8-8, 1 out. After Powell hustled around third, the tag got out of the glove of McNally and allowed Powell to score, and then as the ball dribbled away, Pena scored after he rounded all the way from first. Hubner stands on third now after a wild pitch. And it's now a full count to Adam Zayabzada. Called strike 3 to get the first out of the inning. Backwards K for Carey. Umpire seemingly didn't even know that it was
Leadoff batter,
a full count,
Cooper Holmes.
as he gave the normal strike call before seeing Zayabzada walk to the dugout himself, then delivered the punch-out move. That brings up the top of the order for the Aces, Cooper Holmes, who is 0 for 0, 3 walks and a stolen base for Holmes, who watches ball 1. One 0. Inside part of the zone, called strike 1 on Holmes. One. Put on the ground to Rudisil, gets over his glove. Hubner scores, Holmes aboard, and it's now 11-8. An RBI single.
Left fielder, John Culligan.
Cooper Holmes, his first hit of the game. As I mentioned, he had walked 3 times previously in this contest. That brings up John Culligan. Who gets jammed up and fouls it off. Runner goes, this one chopped. Sounded like it went off the plate. Diaz will wait for that one to bounce foul. Heads up play from Diaz, as now Holmes has to go back to first base. He had already rounded second by the time the ball was touched up foul, but nice play from the Giants' third baseman. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but heads up nonetheless. Now 0-2. Carey trying to get his second punch out. Got a backwards K of Zayabzada. Can he do the same on Culligan? Culligan gives him fight, fouls this off, out of play. Count will remain 0-2.
Yeah, so it may not yield that much or any.
0-2 again. Check swing. Did he go around? They say no, he did not. Culligan inches away from heading back to his dugout. We'll see another pitch. 1-2.
It really did make a difference because it was a big gap. And they said now there's
Holmes still on first. Not too big of a lead for a guy who stole just a couple pitches ago. He steals now, and it's popped foul this time. Off a light post and then back onto the field of play. So Cooper Holmes getting his steps in, getting his cardio in, has stolen twice in this at-bat of John Culligan, but has had to go back due to 2 foul balls. 1-2 count remains. Holmes remains on first. Still just 1 out. That one a half swing, and it's fouled off yet again. Aces have already plated 4 here in the bottom of the 5th. Gave them their first lead of the game. Gaithersburg broke the 7-7 tie in the top of the fifth to make it 8-7, but now 4 has made it 11-8. Another foul ball from Culligan as he's making Carey work for the second strikeout. One and two. Hums goes. Called ball. Throw down. Gets away into center field. Hums takes off for third. And he's in there with no throwdown. It's now 2-2. A 12th run, fifth this inning. 90 feet away for the Aces as Hums steals a bag and then advances on an error.
The guy wrote this out. So the guy, 20 years later, was writing another one out. And it was all about tracking ice activity. So you can get there a little app, and it'll give you a they're in the neighborhood.
So 2-2, one out after the called ball on Halligan. Fights this off again. The sixth foul ball of this at-bat for Halligan.
You know you're here.
Excuse me, seventh foul ball of this at-bat. Did not mean to undervalue the battle that John Colligan is giving to Carey. Swing and a miss there. So after 7 foul balls, Colligan is retired on strikes. Second strikeout for Carey to bring up Derek Almeida. Almeida, 5 RBIs, 2 runs, a double, a home run, and a single. 3 out of the 5 Aces hits this game. Watches ball one up high. So Almeida 3 for 3 with 2 extra base hits. One out. Swing and a miss there from Almeida. Either swinging for a second home run or swinging for a triple to give him the cycle. Either way, he misses, and it evens the count 1 apiece.
They may have trouble. It's going to take a long time to
1-1 pitch. Half swing, laying off of it, and it's ball 2 for Derek Almeida. The action in the Aces bullpen consists of throwing a football around, so they seem content to send Adam Lehman back out for the top of the 6th when we get there. Carey currently trying to get Gaithersburg out of the bottom of the 5th here. This one hard hit into straightaway center. In comes Henley, diving grab, and he makes it. Nate Houghton Henley lays out for out number 3. Strands Hums at third, but not before the Aces grab 4 and take their first lead of the game. It's now 11-8 in favor of the hosts. And we'll come back with the top of the 6th inning on the way here on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Gaithersburg down 3 and down for the first time tonight after the Aces grabbed 4 in the bottom of the 5th to take an 11-8 lead. Cade Hentz stepping up for the first response needed for Gaithersburg. It's Adam Lehman still on the mound. Thus far, given up 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. As he begins his 3rd inning of work, first pitch to Hentz, taking strike 1. Hentz 2 for 2, reached on an error his last time up, which drove in a run. He's down 0-1 here. He hits this one hard, right to Braden Hubner, who fields it and throws over to second. So after getting Hubner to get into a fielding error last time, Hentz grounds out to Hubner this time, and Hentz retired for the first time this game. That brings up Freddie Diaz. Watches the off-speed strike 1. Diaz 1 for 2 with a sacrifice RBI hit. And that's called strike 2, 77 low. Diaz did strike out his last time to Lehman. Backwards strikeout, 0-2. Left up high and outside, 89. So now 1-2, 1 out. Called strike 3, 89 outside. And the second punch out of Freddie Diaz, second backwards punch out of Freddie Diaz, brings up Aiden Marino, who reached on an error that was awarded to the first baseman Echeverria. Did drive in 2 runs, that one inside, 4-1. But it was a throw from the shortstop Derek Almeida that caused that error. Called strike 1, 88 low on Marino. Marino 0 for 1 in this game, has a strikeout and a walk before that 2 RBI error. There's the off speed from Lehman, who's now settled into his groove. Up 1-2 on Marino, looking for back-to-back punch-outs and a quick 1-2-3 inning, and that is a 1-2-3 inning as Marino tips that one back into the glove of Pena. 3 up, 3 down for Adam Lehman. Aiden Carey will go back out on the mound for Gaithersburg. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning, Still 11-8 Alexandria, here from Alexandria on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. And Gaithersburg unable to generate a response from the Alexandria offense in the top half of the sixth. Aiden Carey trying to mirror the inning that Adam Lehman had. Lehman went 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the sixth with 2 strikeouts back-to-back to get out rather quickly. And now Ernie Echevarria steps back in the batter's box. Echevarria is 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 flyouts. First pitch he sees from Carey is left low. This one grounded over to Diaz. Tough hop, bounces right over him. Hard hit is an understatement. 102 off the bat of Echevarria as he reaches base. And I'm curious to see what the scoring is on that one. If that is not a hit, then I don't know what is, because 102 off the bat is tough for any fielder, and they do give it a single for Ernie Echevarria. He is now 1 for 3 this game, reaching base for a second time. Gavin Degnan swings and misses on the first pitch. Hefty swing and miss. Degnan 0 for 2, walked his last time up and then came around to score. First of 4 runs last inning for Alexandria. 0-1, called strike 2. Aiden Carey now up 0-2 on the RBI's leader, well, at least coming into this game, RBI's leader for Alexandria. However, Derek Almeida now has 5 RBIs in this game, and I'll have to check the stats in between innings. 0-2, this one hit into straightaway center, but hangs up nicely for Nate Houghton-Henley. Makes the easy grab for the first out in the bottom of the 6th. So Gaithersburg needs a win here or a T-Bolts loss to have a home play-in game tomorrow night. And currently in the top of the 6th inning, the T-Bolts trail 4-2 at Southern Maryland down in Waldorf. But you would still rather get the job done yourselves. Gaithersburg down 3 here with 3 innings of offense left to work. As Echevarria takes second, wisely steps off the tag, and they get Echevarria out. Carey listens to Rudisil and gets the second out of the inning, emptying the bases. Echevarria thought that Carey wasn't paying enough attention to him, but Carey able to step off and deliver a throw to Hentz in time for the caught stealing. This pitch popped up. Hentz calls for it in shallow center. He makes the grab, and so not necessarily 3 up, 3 down, but does get there after giving up a single, does Aiden Carey. And so we will step away. Top of the 7th to come here with the top of the order due up for Gaithersburg. Nate Houghton-Henley, Brady Powell, and Danny Orr coming up to the bats when we come back here on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis, doing the regular season finale for Gaithersburg solo, as Gaithersburg trails 3, entering the final 3 frames. It was tied after the first 3, and after the middle 3, it's 11-8 Alexandria. They'll have a new arm on the mound to replace Adam Lehman, who was very effective in relief in cooling down this Giants offense. It's Steven Svensson, the rising sophomore at Seton Hall, making his 3rd appearance for Alexandria, kind of a late season addition, but has been very effective. First pitch to Henley. He hits this one hard, deep right field. Degnan tracking, it's over his head. Henley circles first. He's on to second. He's being sent to third. The relay is getting there in time. There was a slight hesitation when rounding second base, and that slight hesitation may have cost Henley a triple, as that was as close as it can get. First pitch to Powell is ball 1. So that was nearly a leadoff triple. This one jammed up over to Almeida, slows down, throws over to Echeverria for out number 2. So after the first pitch, it looked like a very promising inning for Gaithersburg, but now after 3 pitches, it's now 2 outs on the board for Danny Orr. So a double for Henley, and then outstretching to third. Orr lines this one right to Powell. 3 outs on 4 pitches for Steven Svensson. Did not even really get to introduce his numbers, but 3 innings pitched, now 4 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit combined for the rising sophomore from Seton Hall. And we will step away as the Towson Tiger, Leo Simpson, steps up on the mound for Gaithersburg. He'll warm up, and we'll stretch here from Alexandria on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Gaithersburg goes 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 7th after a double by Henley where he was out by a couple inches, stretching it into a triple. And then Brady Powell grounds out on the second pitch he sees to the shortstop Derek Almeida. And then Danny Orr lines out to the third baseman Brady Powell on the first pitch he sees. So Steven Svensson, 4 pitches, 3 outs, but now Leo Simpson can try and replicate that as he's now on the mound for Gaithersburg, the rising sophomore going to Towson. First pitch nearly hits Diego Pena, but it's inside, 4-1. Simpson making his 11th appearance for Gaithersburg in just the 36th game for the Giants this summer, playing in nearly every third game, as there is strike one thrown by Simpson. Simpson sports a 4.26 ERA through 12 2/3 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 16 hits given up. 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Simpson's ERA was at 0 through his first 7 appearances because he did give up runs. However, just because of errors, they went unearned. 2-1 popped up. Shallow right field. Rudisil calls for it, makes the grab in foul territory for out number 1.
Z, did you play baseball?
So Bryce Rudisil gets the pop out of Pena. McNally wants to talk to his pitcher about some things. Simpson has just thrown 4 pitches, but they want to get everything straightened out. So Braden Hubner steps up now. Hubner had a 2 RBI double his last time up. Faces bases empty here and faces an 0-1 count now after a first pitch strike. He is in total 1 for 3 this game. That one goes above the head of Hubner. He has to duck under it, but is able to do so and avoids getting hit. It's now 1-1 to Hubner. That one inside. Hubner gets out of the way, 90 miles an hour out of the hand of Simpson. I believe the fastest pitch this game, maybe Nate Lake got over that, but if my memory serves me correct, I believe that is the fastest pitch we've seen this game, and there is a swing and a miss at 89 to even the count at 2-2. Gaithersburg out hitting the Aces 11-7. However, they have just 1 extra base hit out of all of those. That pitch comes in low, and it's now full count to Braden Hubner. So, 10 singles by Gaithersburg this game. 1 double, which was Nate Houghton Henley, and then Henley was out stretching to third as he tried to make it a triple. And again, as he rounded second, he had just that moment of hesitation where he looked up to see the sign from third base coach Casey Gibbs. This one popped over my head and out of play. And no car is dinged on that one, as I believe Trip Capers is in the on-deck circle, pinch hitter coming for the Aces. He'll take over the designated hitter spot. Swing and a miss there from Hubner, though, as Simpson gets his first punch out of this outing, his 12th on the season.
So we got division winner, and then I think, but we got a real strong division. So like we might have.
So replacing Adam Zayabzada Zayabzada was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Is now number 5, Trip Capers. The rising sophomore in the portal dons a George Mason helmet, as that is his former school. Capers comes into this game batting .227 for his first at bat. Swing and a miss from Capers.
You're the captain. What do you do, coach? But I feel good out there. I gotta balance the lineups.
Capers 27 strikeouts in 66 at bats.
We do like a red team and a
And he watches strike 2.
but like
Dangerously close to 28 strikeouts in 67 at bats, which is over 35% strikeout rate by my quick math. 0-2 from Simpson. Inside. Now 1-2. Simpson trying to go 3 up, 3 down with back-to-back strikeouts through the bottom of the 7th. Can he do it here on a 1-2 count? 2 away. Bases empty. Pitch comes in low at 91 to even the count at 2-2.
Puerto Rico, that could be a lot. That would be a lot of fun. That will be a lot of fun.
when the season gets over.
That's right.
2-2, 2 outs for Trip Capers.
So
Just misses outside. Couldn't get the pinch hitting Trip Capers to swing at that one. So full count, 2 outs
I will
here
definitely
for Simpson, the Towson Tiger.
Whether we have a game on Saturday.
Oh my God. Okay,
Full
I
count
will definitely
pitch.
help you Saturday, okay?
And that one in the dirt for ball 4. 2 out walk awarded by Simpson. You have a feeling that Trip Capers, put both of his names into one word. Trip Capers getting away from Simpson there, and that brings up the top of the order in Cooper Hums. Last time Gaithersburg was able to get 2 outs and then walk the 9-hole hitter was back in the 4th inning when the Aces were able to plate 5. And there is strike 1. However, that walk of the 9-hole hitter, then Adam Zayabzada, now Trip Capers on first, was the second walk, second base runner of that inning. Capers, the first base runner. 0-1 to Hums. Capers goes inside. McNally throws it down, hence able to get it in his glove, but could not apply a tag. 1-1 with Capers now on second. After that stolen base. Capers' 12th stolen base of the season.
It is.
1-1. Misses outside at 87. Now 2-1.
That's what I mean.
Simpson has consistently gotten better. However, he's coming off not an amazing appearance against Bethesda on Friday night. That pitch is bobbled around by McNally, but it is ball 3, now 3-1. So after getting 2 quick outs, Simpson needs to find the zone here, or else he's given up back-to-back walks.
But it wasn't on. It's actually not cool listening to it.
3-1. Delivered high and outside. And now back-to-back walks has put runners on first and second for John Colligan. Colligan 0 for 3 in this game with a walk. The walk total for Gaithersburg now well above double digits. as that is strike one on Colligan. So that walk by Cooper Hums is the 11th walk awarded by Giants pitching tonight through the first three, or excuse me, the 12th. This one popped up by Colligan, hence calls for it. Infield grass makes the play for the third and final out. Simpson gets out of the bottom of the 7th unscathed with 2 pop-outs and a strikeout, and we will step away. Giants need to get 3 runs in 6 outs. Top of the 8th, top of the 9th. They have left on the offensive side. Due up for Gaithersburg, Bryce Rudisil, Ethan McNally, and Brady Ruiz-Weiss when we return on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis. As Gaithersburg down 3 still, 11-8 the score entering the 8th inning here from Frank Mann Field. Bryce Rudisil up to try and get this Giants offense kick-started. He grounds this one over to Braden Huebner, backhand, and he bobbles it. And that is certainly a way to jumpstart an offense. It's either an infield single or the second error to Braden Huebner this game. I believe that will be scored as an error, as it was kind of routine for Huebner. But now Rudisil stands on first. McNally's first pitch misses outside. Still waiting for the scorekeepers to update the scoreboard. They give Rudisil, and that one hits the shoulder of McNally. Tosses his bat aside. 2 base runners on quickly for Gaithersburg. They give Bryce Rudisil the infield single. Interesting decision from the scorekeepers. And then a hit-by pitch from Ethan McNally. Just a glancing blow off the shoulder. He looks to be okay. Now 2 on with no outs for Brady Ruiz-Weiss. Still Steven Svensson on the mound for the Aces. Scoring to bunt, getting it down. Svensson fields it, throws over to first, gets Ruiz-Weiss at first base, but he does advance both runners. Pretty good bunt by Weiss, but wasn't able to reach on it. Svensson, athletic play off the mound to field it. And still pronouncing Cade Hentz wrong is the PA guy here in Alexandria, who steps in now. He hits this pitch shallow right, and that falls for a base hit. Rudisil will come through and score. Pitch gets away. Throw gets away, but 1 run does score as Gaithersburg chips away. Now trail by 2 after Hentz now reaches second on the relay throw. Now Freddie Diaz up. Tying run in scoring position as Hentz with some heads-up base running reaches over to second base. Freddie Diaz up. Watches ball 1. Diaz 1 for 3 with a sacrifice RBI. This one tipped right off the mask of Pena, who appears to be okay. A couple weeks ago, we saw Jax Nichols, catcher for the Senators, take one off the mask, and he ended up getting concussed from that. Hope that he's all better now. It's been a couple weeks, so hope that he's good to go. This one popped up and tails out of play over my head and dodges the crowd here in Alexandria.
John, if you had your glove, you would have caught that.
Was a pretty good crowd this evening for Alexandria. Appears folks have spaced out a little more. Still some people along the outfield fence in about left center field. 1-2 to Diaz. Tipped back into the glove of Pena for the second out this inning. Now that brings up Aiden Marino. Marino has come up clutch multiple times in the last week. Watches that one come inside. Marino trying to come through yet again for Gaithersburg. Has been sound defensively pretty much all season, but trying to wake up his bat. Starts a swing, 90 on the outside from Svensson. So 1-1. McNally on third, Hentz on second, 2 outs. Nice leave by Marino as that one goes 88 to the outside. It's now 2-1. Two-one pitch fouled off by Marino. Marino trying to give some fight here. So 2-2 after the foul ball evens the count. 2-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Marino. Svensson collects 2 punch-outs and strands 2 Giants in scoring position. Gaithersburg able to get one back, but they'll have to keep it a 2-run deficit as they'll have 3 outs left to work with in the top of the 9th to get those 2 runs. But for now, we'll see Jacob Goldman step onto the mound for Gaithersburg when we come back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis. Giants down 2, entering the bottom of the 8th. Another new arm on the mound for Gaithersburg. It's number 40, Jacob Goldman, the sophomore at the junior college, Eastern Florida State College, is making his 5th appearance for Gaithersburg. Thus far through the first 4, 7.2 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 7 hits. Given up a reliever whip that currently stands at 2.2. After his last outing, 1 inning scoreless against the Big Train Friday night, where he gave up 1 hit and got 2 strikeouts. And the first bat he faces is the best one to face when the bases are empty. It's Derek Almeida. Almeida 3 for 4. Strike 1 called on Almeida, had his perfect day ruined as Nate Houghton-Henley dove for a shallow fly ball back in the 5th inning, and that ended the 5th inning with that diving catch. He's now down 0-1 to Goldman, and that pitch misses outside. Goldman faced the Aces on June 30th. That was his Giants debut, where he went 1 inning scoreless, giving up 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Almeida pops this one up, tailing towards me, but stays in play, and it goes back over.
Nice one!
McNally tried a little breakdance move, but couldn't come up with that baseball. It's always difficult, those pop-ups, when they go straight up in the air, they can tail either which way, and McNally ended up over pursuing that baseball. Was worried for a second that it would land squarely on my table here, but did not, thankfully. Everything is all safe, and I can keep broadcasting this game, which hopefully will be a Giants comeback win, but we'll see what happens. Almeida down 1-2 after the foul ball. Grounds this one over. High chopper to Hentz. Fields it, throws over in time for the first out. Cade Hentz, sure-handed fielder with an amazingly accurate arm and a fast one at that.
Yeah, let her take it. So that she can earn her ice cream.
That brings up Ernie Echeverria, who is 1 for 3, singled his last time up and then was caught stealing after Aiden Carey was able to step off the mound in time and throw over to second. He walked his first time up, and there's strike 1 called. That one goes off the shoulder of Echeverria. Echeverria taking exception to that. Not exactly sure why Echeverria would take exception to that. Goldman is in a 2-run deficit, and anything like that would be not great for Gaithersburg. Now we get some meeting between the coaches as the umpire tells off the Aces dugout. Now umpires might be issuing some warnings. Don't get anything direct. So again, I'm not sure. Obviously, pitch not in a great spot to get hit, but when you think about it, they really never are. Echeverria taking exception to a glancing blow on the shoulder. That brings up Gavin Degnan. This one hit hard, lined right to Marino. Nice flip to Hentz, who has to delay and throws over to first. 4-6-3 ends the bottom of the 8th. And now Gaithersburg will have 3 outs to get 2 runs. It'll be the top of the order due up for Gaithersburg. Nate Houghton-Henley, Brady Powell, and Danny Orr to try and get it done for Gaithersburg and extend this game at least another half inning. And we will see if they can do that when we come back here on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis, and we'll see if this is the final time in the regular season I bring you back, as the Giants need 2 runs in 3 outs to extend this game, as they trail 11-9 to the Aces. Nate Houghton-Henley up first. Still Svensson on the mound. First pitch, swing and a miss from Henley. Henley was the first batter Svensson faced back in the 7th inning, where he got a double but was out at third base when he tried to stretch it into a triple. Henley quickly down 0-2 on 2 swings and misses. Svensson working for his 3rd punch-out. Popped up, tailing, and Pena calls for it and makes the grab. Giants down to their final 2 outs. That brings up Brady Powell. Gaithersburg has stranded 12 base runners tonight and needs a few more in order to tie this game up. First pitch ball to Brady Powell. 2 for 5 tonight. Another pitch inside. Now 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Fouled off by Powell. 87 would have clipped the top outside square for Powell. Now 2-1. Fouled off again by Brady Powell. It's now 2-2.
Let's go.
Powell, in addition to the 2 singles, has 2 runs and a stolen base. And there is strike 3 called. Gaithersburg down to their final out. first strikeout looking for Steven Svensson on the mound. His third strikeout of this appearance. Trying to go through 3 innings in relief. Gaithersburg down to their final out. Danny Orr watches ball 1 outside at 89. Orr 2 for 4, has reached base 3 times, 2 singles, an RBI, and a walk. He fouls this one off, however. 88, almost middle on Orr to even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 popped up and gets out of play. Now 1-2. Gaithersburg down to their final strike now in the final game of their regular season. 1-2 fouled off. One-two again from Svensson. Tipped back, this one gets away, or will run down to first, and he reaches on the drop third strike. This game keeps going. A dropped third strike when Svensson nearly had the punch out to seal this game. Bryce Rudisil up now. Watches ball 1. Tying run in the batter's box for Gaithersburg. One 0. Left outside, 2-0. Rudisil in this game 2 for 5 with 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. 2-0, make it 3-0 for the Mount St. Mary's man. Rudisil has tagged 3 homers in his last 8 games. 3-0. And there is strike 1, 88 right at the belt of Bryce Rudisil. This at-bat keeps going. 3-1 pitch. This one hit hard and just goes foul. Now a full count. Full count, 2 outs. Top 9, tying run in the batter's box. Gaithersburg down to their final strike yet again. The pitch from Svensson. Swing and a miss. That one gets away. Rudisil is going to hustle down. That ball ping-ponged around. And another drop third strike. It's now 2 base runners on, tying run on first for Ethan McNally. Back-to-back drop third strikes as Diego Pena has not been able to keep that put-away pitch in front of him to complete the strikeout. So tying run, Bryce Rudisil now on first. Ethan McNally in the batter's box after this mound visit. Ethan McNally steps in now. McNally was hit by a pitch his last time up. He is 1 for 2, having reached base 4 times out of 5 plate appearances. First pitch to McNally. Called strike 1. Trackman had that one outside, but Pena with a nice frame. It's now 0-1 to Ethan McNally. Orr on second, Rudisil the tying run on first. And now time called by McNally. And we'll get underway again. Svensson gets set, kicks and delivers. Popped up and out of play. Now Gaithersburg, for the third time this inning, down to their final strike. 0-2, 2 outs. Tying run is on first. Gaithersburg trying to keep this game going. Danny Orr dances around. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss. And that ends the regular season for Gaithersburg. They await the result of the T-Bolts and Senators. Gaithersburg was locked into a play-in spot tomorrow as the Aces clinch the number 2 seed in the playoffs. So the playoff picture as we have it now is the Bethesda Big Train and Alexandria Aces, 1 and 2 respectively. Those two will have double byes, essentially playoff when it comes to that. However, Alexandria will play one more regular season game tomorrow night and then have their day off, and then on Thursday will start their playoffs. For the Giants, they have a play-in tomorrow against the T-Bolts. The T-Bolts are down 6-3 in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. If the T-Bolts are unable to score 3 runs and tie this game in the 1 out they have left, then Gaithersburg will have a home game tomorrow for the play-in for the wild card. Meanwhile, some other results, the only Crop Dusters are up 16-7. However, that result does not matter for Olney anymore because of the Aces win that they just had. So Crop Dusters will be the 3 seed, and then the 4 seed will be the Southern Maryland Senators, as the DC Grays will be the 5 seed and will play the Metro South County Braves tomorrow night. So that was another game for Gaithersburg in which they had plenty of base runners. This time they stranded 14 base runners and about 10 or so in scoring position. So shades of the Friday night matchup against the Big Train, where they stranded 15 base runners, 11 of which were in scoring position. Another game that may have gotten away from Gaithersburg. Again, in just the first 5 innings alone, Gaithersburg loaded the bases 5 times. They had a lot of opportunities and were just unable to do the damage early. But the offense is certainly there. The pitching had their ups and downs throughout the game, a lot of walks given up, but certainly the pitching of late has been the focus and the emphasis for Gaithersburg, a reason why they're a team that maybe the T-Bolts are shaking in their boots about when they take on Silver Spring tomorrow night. That game will likely be at Criswell Automotive Field, but we will wait and see. And actually, just as I say that, the third and final out recorded in the top of the 9th in Waldorf. So the T-Bolts fall 6-3. Gaithersburg will have a home game tomorrow night against the T-Bolts at 7 p.m. I'll have the call, and we hope that you join in on the Giants Broadcast Network, but we'd also love for you to come out for the Giants play-in game tomorrow night at Criswell Automotive Field back in Gaithersburg. But your final score here, the regular season finale, Alexandria Aces 11, Gaithersburg Giants 9. Here at Frank Mann Field. I'm David Lewis saying so long to the regular season, and we hope you stay tuned for postseason baseball for the rest of this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great one.